Well, good day, everybody. I want to welcome you again to the Pastor Cave. And it is cold and getting colder out, and there's going to be a big storm here in the Northeast starting tomorrow. But one of the things I really love about the Pastor Cave is that it has a heated floor. There's hot water and pipes running under the floor, and so even in the very coldest of days, we have just a really, really warm room down here. Sometimes a little too warm, like it's hard to get work done because you get sleepy. But I love it. The cats, of course, love it. They lay all around here like they have. Somebody's let all the air out of them. So they really enjoy this room down here in the winter. I want to remind you, if you would, if you are seeing this for the first time and you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to this channel, and please let other people know there's all kinds of good things that happen with YouTube if a lot more people subscribe. The more people subscribe, the more good things happen. The more everything we do is seen, and all that. Anyways, we have. I'm going to move on to. We spent a couple sessions in Exodus chapter 1, and we're gonna move on to chapter 2, which is just kind of that famous introduction to Moses, in that his parents give birth to him. They give birth to him during a time in which the Egyptians are essentially practicing Jewish genocide. So they don't want any more. God keeps multiplying the Jewish people who are living in the land of the Egyptians. They're living in an area called Goshen. And and it's the Egyptians are getting scared because there are so many Jewish babies being born, and the population is exploding. And so they are essentially trying to do population control on the Jewish people, not on themselves, but on the Jewish people. And so that's the atmosphere that Moses is born into. And so what his mother does is she births him very quietly in secret, and she hides him for as long as she can. And it says in verse 2, the woman conceived and bore a son, and when she saw that he was a fine child, she hid him for 3 months. So you got a 3-month-old here. And when she could hide him no longer, she took for him a basket made of bulrushes and daubed it with bitumen and pitch. And she put the child in it and placed it among the reeds by the riverbank. We're talking about the Nile River here, the second largest river in the world. So I want you to think about how much faith that took. And we talk about famous people in the scriptures having so much faith. Abraham had so much faith, and David had so much faith, and we go down the list. We even mentioned Moses when we talk about people had so much faith. But what about the faith of the mother of Moses? And I spent some time thinking about that. And we have a tendency to think of a big faith in a big picture. So, I'm going to go start some grand thing somewhere. God's called me to do some amazing thing somewhere that's, some kind of gigantic plan to it. But that's not always big faith. Big faith sometimes is in small packages and in small moments. And I want you to think about, because obviously the mother she's got to put this basket together, and she's got to line it with pitch and all of that. But there is this point in time, and I want you to think about this. There's a point of time in which a human being who has birthed a child who's 3 months old would walk down to a riverbank and place that child in a basket. And then, we think of big faith, right? I got to do this big thing. But maybe the biggest faith sometimes is just going like this. right? She just had to push that basket off just a little bit, just to get it to kind of where she kind of thought maybe sort of it might go. And I've always been amazed at that. When I think of that scene and how it's a tragic moment for her. You know, she doesn't know what's going to happen. It's an emotionally brutal moment for her. I can't even imagine it. And yet it's a moment of faith for her as she touches the edge of that basket and pushes it out and turns around and walks away. So, you know, don't always think of big faith as being big moments. Sometimes it's that little decision you have to make and you think, why is this so hard? Why is this requiring so much faith from me? It seems like a little thing. It seems like a little moment in time, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's a big faith moment in a small package. And, you know, I also want you to think of that in terms of this, if you would. That there are people all around you, you know, family and friends, and maybe people you go to church with, and they might not be, you know, they might not appear to be doing some big giant faith kind of thing, but maybe they're in the midst of a moment in which they've got to push the edge of a basket and push some faith baby out into the stream. And that's why they need you. They need your encouragement. They need you around them. You know, she was the mother of Moses was not alone. She had other children with her, and who knows who else? Maybe somebody else from her community. But those are the moments that people really need you. And you know, you might look at it and say, "It doesn't seem to be going too much in their lives right now. They don't really need." Well, you don't always know that. So that is Exodus chapter 2. Please keep that in mind as you go forth this week, whatever you're doing. People around you need your support in big faith moments and in big faith moments that look like small things. All right? Have a great day. God bless you.